What's the apps, bro? It's big L's in this bitch, you heard me. You dig it's bad or nah. Real quick, bro. Real quick, because you about to get straight to the biz, right? You feel me? So, in the last video I made, right? I made a statement. I said that if the government wanted to end poverty today, they could really end poverty. Like, just as quick as they could tell you no, that's how fast they can end poverty. So, what I did, I decided to come up with this web graph to, pretty much explain or demonstrate how, poverty is a business in itself. Because poverty is a business. They getting rich off of, our people being in poverty. Now, let me put this in context because I could just recall growing up, whenever I heard the word poverty, the first thing I thought about was a homeless person. You feel me? Being homeless, being poor, having no food, literally having nothing. But as I got older, I come to realize that isn't true. You feel me? Like, just you don't have to be homeless to be in poverty. Like, there's a lot of people in poverty. Like, if you're only making a certain amount of money, feel me, living check to check, like by the time you pay your bills and get all your basic necessities, you ain't got shit left. You're in poverty, bro. You feel me? And believe it or not, most people are living check to check, bro, and do not have the means to survive. Like, you hear me? Like, most people are just surviving. Like, nobody has the funds to actually enjoy life and live life. You just surviving. So I'm just here to show y'all how poverty is a business in itself. Now, in the bubbles, right on this side, I'm showing y'all how these are the institutions that eat off of poverty, that get rich off of poverty. And on this side, the ones with the boxes, is a display of the institutions that are a byproduct of poverty. Like, without poverty, these institutions don't exist. And these institutions on this side is getting rich off of poverty. So, all right, let's start with let's start with tax credits, right? Now, when it comes to doing your taxes, right? If you're in a certain tax bracket, like you only make a certain amount of money a year, you may qualify for certain tax credits. And let's say you got kids, right? You got, a few kids. You will qualify for, I believe it's called a child tax credit, earned child tax credit. I don't know the words exactly, but y'all know exactly what I'm talking about, right? Now, when it comes to these tax credits, it's not even a tax credit itself. It's the institutions that, how can I say, that issue out these tax credits. For example, you had I don't know if y'all remember Liberty Tax, right? Remember Liberty Tax? Liberty Tax got exposed and went down criminally because they was getting motherfuckers, right? Not only was they robbing people, right, the less fortunate, those in poverty, but they was also robbing the government. And I'm gonna briefly explain. Like, all right, when it came to robbing the people, let's say you went there and you got two kids and you wanted to file your taxes and you got, that child tax credit. Let's say they tell you, okay, you could probably look to expect to get $5,000 back this year in taxes. Whole time you was really qualified to get $8,000 or $9,000, but because $5,000 is a lot of money to a motherfucker who ain't got nothing. So you hit $5,000, you ain't asking no questions. You like, for real? Off of just one child? Oh shit! Like, you ain't doing no research, no investigation. You're not really asking no questions. You feel me? So they just skimmed like 4 bands off you, 3, 4 bands off you. You hear me? And then on the other side, when it comes to robbing the government, I'm gonna tell y'all how crafty these motherfuckers is, bro. Like, I'm gonna use myself as an example, right? And if y'all gonna come get me. In 2015, I was coerced, and I mean literally coerced, persuaded by one of these tax people to fabricate lies to get more money. You know, I was told to act as if I was a barber, not a barber, but I worked in a barber shop sweeping floors and, take note of, these days you worked and what you did and how much you got paid. Pretty much I came up with this whole fabricated story that I was sweeping in barbershops and and now I'm getting X amount of dollars back because I filed for self-employed. So not only did I lie and get money from it, they probably got more. Who knows if the amount that they told me that I was going to get was the actual amount. They could have told me 3 and the whole time it was 7. And they gave me 3 and they kept 4. You feel me? So these people eat off of poverty, bro. It's a business. That's why they come set up in these impoverished communities, these poverty-stricken areas. And, they offer, you come in and do your taxes. We'll give you $50. We'll give you $100. And they robbing people. All right, moving on. Housing, right? Fucking. It seems as if they helping people, which they are, but they also robbing people at the same time. So you got these institutions, right, that get paid by the government to give people a Section 8, put people in Section 8 homes and public housing. And so, what you gonna get the social service? Like, it's kind of like the same thing, but they're pretty much the middleman between the government and you. And they get paid to figure out who qualifies for this Section 8 house, or this public housing, right? Now, you got to understand that these people, these institutions, right? These middlemen are being paid by the government to put you in Section 8 homes, to put you in public housing. They getting paid a lot of money. Some of them, have reason to deny you. And this is coming from up top. Remember, they're being paid to do this. So if they could cut costs and save money by telling you you're not qualified, they would do that, bro. Hear me? If they could close the list and act as if, the list is full, we're not accepting no more applicants, and to save money and cut costs, they would do that because they're pocketing. If you think these people are not pocketing money, you're out of your fucking mind. If you think the government just set up housing just to help people and, they care for the less fortunate, no, they're getting money off of this, bro. They're getting rich off of this Section 8 shit, this housing. Like, look at these private landlords. Just think about these private landlords, bro. They already been exposed. Come on, bro. They overpriced their rent. Then you got a lot of private landlords who only will accept public housing. Like, they will not rent their homes to a regular person who's working a 9 to 5, or you feel me? Like that. That's just, no, they want that government money. Because the house, the rent could really be like $900 a month. They going to say it's $2,300, knowing that the government is going to pay for it. You hear me? And there's nothing you could really do about it but go somewhere else. And then you run into the same problem. Like, they are getting fucking rich off of poverty, bro. It's a business. You feel me? Because if everybody got money and everybody is well off, you don't need Section 8. You don't need public housing. Like, who just willingly chooses to live in the fucking projects, bro? No. Okay, moving on. Social service, which is kind of along the same lines as this. You know, you got once again you got the social service is the middleman. Like I don't know if y'all know, like it was a time where like food stamps and temporary cash assistance came like directly from the government, like directly from the government. Social service is like a contractor, like that. Once again, they're the middleman between the government and you. They're not the literal government. If you go into social service and you think these workers are like government officials, they're not, bro. They work. They a third party that work. That's contracted by the government. So once again, they get paid to figure out who is qualified for these food stamps, for this temporary cash assistance. And if you think that the government just, yes, they got this institution of helping people and, free food and, free money every month. Yeah, but if you think that they just is just giving out free money to anybody, no, like they want to cut costs. They want to give out less. Like so, and you ever notice like when you go into these buildings, these social workers acting like the money is coming out their pocket, like it's their money they giving. It's not your money; it's the government money. But you never wonder why they act like it's their money that you're applying for. You feel me? Because their main objective is to figure out how does this person not qualify for this temporary cash assistance or this food stamps. Like how can we find a way to not give it to them?